Tuesday in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and here's your word for the day: admonition. If I were to say I admonished somebody, would you say that I was using a scriptural word? Would you say I was using a harsh word, or that the admonishment was harsh? Well, it's an interesting word, and it is a scriptural word, translated both in the King James and New American Standard. It means warning, counsel, reprimand, caution, but it also takes on the meaning of mild reproof, and that's what I want to get at today. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, it says, in its instructions to fathers to raise up the children in the admonishment of the Lord, or the instruction of the Lord, the warnings of the Lord. In Romans chapter 15, verse 14, it says that we are to be able to admonish one another, and he's actually complimenting his readers on the fact that they're able to admonish one another. In 2 Thessalonians 3:10 through 15, he talks about lazy, not working, busybodies, doing nothing and of no real value to society. But he says, don't treat them as your enemy, admonish them as your brother. Colossians 3:12 through 16 says, the teachings and admonishment of one another in psalms, hymns, spiritual songs. Does that sound harsh? Does that sound like bullying, or does that sound like judging, criticizing, chewing out, or ridiculing somebody? No. The word admonishment, where it's translated in Scripture, is a word of just what I said at the beginning: mild reproof, correction, but correction in love. Nehemiah 9:26 to 30 it says that the people in those days killed prophets who admonished them, even though they did it in love, even though they did it with mild rebuke. It says that they killed the prophets of God just for admonishing. 1 Thessalonians 5:14 says, I urge you to admonish the unruly, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, and be patient with all men. Now listen to that. Urge you to admonish the unruly. Remember, a mild rebuke, a warning in love, encouraging the faint-hearted, and helping the weak, and being patient with all men. No, it's not to judge, it's not to criticize, it's not to chew out, it's not to ridicule. It's a form of lovingly correcting someone, and not doing it with a vendetta to make them look small or to embarrass them. As a matter of fact, 1 Corinthians 4:14 says, I didn't write you to shame you, but to admonish you as my beloved children. Listen, I didn't write you to shame you, but I wrote you to admonish my beloved children. Admonishment is a good word if we understand what it really means. It doesn't mean to judge, it doesn't mean to criticize, it doesn't mean to chew out, it doesn't mean to put down or bully. It means to gently, in love, correct somebody when they're in the wrong. It's a good word, but even more than that, it's a good principle for all of us. When we have to correct someone, when we have to bring to their attention something that's wrong, we should do it in an admonishing way, a mild reproof, a loving correction. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.